My name is Pablo Martinez de Anguita. I'm a forest PhD engineer. I'm a professor at the University of Rey Juan Carlos in Madrid. I've been also professor at Yale University in the US and Oxford University in the United Kingdom. And during the last 20 years, I've devoted my life to understand the relationships between poverty and biodiversity destruction. In fact, I've been working in many countries of Latin America and Africa, trying to create alternatives and strategies to reduce poverty at the same time we preserve biodiversity, local biodiversity. I remember one day I was in the Peruvian mountains and we had all our technical stuff measuring wind and some other things inside of the last 500 cloud forests remaining in the top of the mountains. And when I came back to the forest, it was burning. And the peasants told me, "Oh, Mr. Pablo, we were so sorry. If we knew this was interesting for you, we wouldn't have burned it." And the problem of these people was that they had to eat. And basically, they had to destroy every year a little piece of forest just to be able to plant. So basically, this leads us to the question that forest destruction and biodiversity loss, in many, many cases, is a question of opportunity cost. Um, when we create maps of opportunity cost, we see that 80% of biodiversity is lost in areas which basically the opportunity cost to sustain the biodiversity and to maintain the forests is about €3, $3, $4. That's all we need. So what can we do? We can apply the principle of subsidiarity. Who has to preserve a forest? Basically, the owner, the community, the people that lives there. So what can we do as a society? Well, we should support them, and that's what is called a payment for ecosystem services. How can we, society, compensate this opportunity cost of these people, which basically, again, we're speaking about $3, $4 per hectare. How can we do that? And that is how Landscare was created. We wanted to create a global network. We call ourselves the network of those who enjoy and care for nature. Um, it's a web and an app, as you can see here. And basically, what we allow to do with this simple mechanism is to help people all around the world to upload their forests, their properties, so that they can say, "I'm here, this is what I have," and they can receive a payment for ecosystem services by the landscape they provide, by the water they provide. So it's a global payment for ecosystem services network. Basically, if you enter in Landscare, you can see landscapes around you. You can see who is taking care of them. And you can buy the stamp of these places, which is about, it costs between $1 and $10. If you buy it, that money goes directly to the person that is going to take care of that place. So we are able to overcome that opportunity cost. That was the problem. But at the same time, and this is the key of the question, if you go to one of the restaurants, hotels, or places that are linked to Landscare, you are going to find an offer. So basically, we try to create through a global network, local networks of people linked by the preservation of nature. A tourist gets information and gets an offer. The person that cares or owns a place gets a little bit of money that can make a difference to save that place because now it's valuable for him, and the restaurant or the hotel gets a client that was not going to be able to capture. So surrounding these three elements of the network that you can find them in the app around you or in the web, basically you also can find guests, people that can host you, that can say, well, if you give me a call, I can show you this forest. We can take a walk together so that this forest is not anonymous for you, but I can introduce you to this forest and then you can give me a tip. Or you can also find local sustainable producers that are for example, people that makes honey, which basically helps to continue the cycle of life. So you can find them, you can go and buy things from people knowing that each dollar spent by you is a dollar that has a value for nature conservation, that you're moving producers, you're moving the local community towards environmental conservation. We want Landscare to be a global network, um, and to invite everybody that wants to be a part of this planet protection to be a part of it, as a user, as a producer, as a traveler, or as a guardian. But you're all welcome.